The Tale of Twins, Emma and Olivia. Chapter 1, Childhood Adventures. Emma and Olivia were born on a warm, sunny day in May, just a few minutes apart. From the start, everyone marveled at their striking resemblance: blonde curls, sparkling blue eyes, and bright smiles. However, there was something that set them apart. Olivia, the younger by just minutes, had a unique radiance. Her golden curls seemed to catch the light in a way that made them shimmer. Her bright blue eyes held a captivating sparkle that was hard to ignore. She had an effortless charm that drew people in, making her stand out just a little more. Emma, on the other hand, was beautiful in her own right, but in a softer, more delicate way. Her beauty was less about standing out and more about subtle grace, like a quiet, elegant flower that didn't seek attention but caught your eye with its gentle allure. While others often remarked on Olivia's undeniable beauty, those who took the time to see Emma's quiet charm found themselves equally enchanted. Though they were nearly identical, this small difference in appearance would quietly shape their childhood and influence the dynamics of their close-knit relationship in ways neither could have imagined. These differences were never a point of contention. Instead, they were simply two halves of a whole, each complementing the other in their own unique way. As they grew up side by side, they remained inseparable, unaware of how this delicate balance would be both their greatest strength and their most complex challenge. Growing up, the twins did everything together. They had the same curly blonde hair, the same sparkling blue eyes, and even the same taste in clothes. Their favorite outfits were matching pink dresses with white ribbons. Whether they were playing in the park, painting pictures, or riding their bicycles, Emma and Olivia were always side by side. As they got older, they developed a secret language that only they understood. It was a mix of giggles, whispers, and funny sounds. This secret language allowed them to communicate without anyone else knowing what they were saying. Their parents would often find them laughing hysterically, even though no one else knew what the joke was. Chapter 2, Dreaming Big. As they entered their teenage years, Emma and Olivia started to think about their futures. They both had big dreams, but surprisingly, their dreams were different. Emma wanted to become a famous fashion designer, creating beautiful clothes for people all around the world. She loved sketching dresses, mixing colors, and experimenting with fabrics. Olivia, on the other hand, dreamed of becoming a renowned chef. She spent hours in the kitchen, trying out new recipes and perfecting her cooking skills. Despite their different dreams, they always supported each other. Emma would design clothes for Olivia to wear, and Olivia would cook delicious meals for Emma to enjoy while she worked on her designs. They promised each other that no matter what happened, they would always be there for one another. Chapter 3, The Boyfriend Dilemma. When the twins turned 16, they met a boy named Jack. Jack was kind, funny, and charming, and to their surprise, both Emma and Olivia developed a crush on him. This was the first time they had ever liked the same person, and it caused a bit of tension between them. At first, they tried to ignore their feelings, not wanting to hurt each other. But as time went on, it became clear that Jack liked both of them too. He would often spend time with both sisters, enjoying their company and appreciating their individual talents. This led to many arguments between Emma and Olivia. They had never fought like this before, and it was difficult for them to handle. They argued about who Jack liked more, who got to spend more time with him, and even who looked better in certain outfits. Their parents noticed the tension and tried to help, but the twins were stubborn and refused to listen. Chapter 4, A Decision is Made. One day, after a particularly heated argument, Emma and Olivia sat down and had a heart-to-heart conversation. They realized that no boy was worth losing their special bond. They agreed that they wouldn't let Jack come between them, and they decided to talk to him together. When they told Jack how they felt, he was understanding. He admitted that he cared for both of them, but didn't want to ruin their relationship. They decided to remain friends, and Jack respected their decision. This experience brought Emma and Olivia even closer, teaching them the importance of communication and loyalty. Chapter 5: The World of Fashion and Food. As they grew older, Emma and Olivia continued to pursue their dreams. Emma enrolled in a prestigious fashion school, while Olivia attended a culinary academy. Despite being in different schools, they remained as close as ever. They would visit each other on weekends, with Emma bringing new clothes she had designed and Olivia preparing gourmet meals. Emma's fashion career took off quickly. She started her own clothing line called Twins and Style, inspired by her bond with Olivia. Her designs were modern, chic, and loved by many. Olivia, on the other hand, became a well-known chef, opening her own restaurant called Twins Taste, where she served dishes inspired by her childhood and family traditions. Chapter 6: The Power of Skincare and Makeup. As they entered their 20s, Emma and Olivia became more interested in skincare and makeup. Emma, with her fashion sense, was drawn to bold and colorful makeup looks, while Olivia preferred a more natural and subtle style. They would spend hours in their shared bathroom testing new skincare products and trying out different makeup looks. They became experts at applying makeup, often giving each other tips and tricks. Their friends would often come to them for advice, and they even started a YouTube channel called Twins Beauty, where they shared their skincare routines, makeup tutorials, and beauty secrets. Their channel quickly gained popularity, and they became influencers in the beauty industry. They were invited to events, sent free products to review, and collaborated with big brands. Despite their success, they remained humble and always stayed true to themselves and each other. Chapter 7: The Perfect Morning Routine. Emma and Olivia were known for their morning routine. They believed that how you started your day set the tone for everything that followed. They would wake up at 6 o'clock every morning without fail. Their day began with a quick workout, usually yoga or jog around their neighborhood. Afterward, they made a healthy breakfast, often a smoothie or avocado toast, to fuel their busy days. Next came their skincare routine, which they took very seriously. They would cleanse, tone, and moisturize, always using products that suited their skin types. Then came makeup, where they took their time creating the perfect look for the day. After getting dressed, usually in clothes from Emma's latest collection, they would sit down with a cup of coffee and plan their day. This routine gave them a sense of structure and calm, allowing them to face whatever challenges came their way. Chapter 8: The Cozy Room. The twins shared a large, cozy room filled with memories. It was painted a soft lavender, a color they both loved. One side of the room was dedicated to Emma's fashion designs, with a large desk covered in sketches, fabrics, and sewing supplies. The other side belonged to Olivia, with shelves full of cookbooks, spices, and kitchen gadgets. In the middle of the room stood a large bed covered in fluffy pillows and a soft duvet. Above it hung a string of fairy lights, giving the room a warm and inviting glow. Their room was their sanctuary, a place where they could relax, dream, and create. Every night before going to sleep, they sat on the bed talking about their day, their dreams, and their future. This nightly ritual kept them connected no matter how busy their lives became. Chapter 9: Friends and Family. Despite their busy schedules, Emma and Olivia always made time for friends and family. They had a close-knit group of friends who supported them in everything they did. They often hosted dinner parties, with Olivia cooking delicious meals and Emma setting the table with her stylish designs. Their parents were incredibly proud of them and loved seeing how close they remained. They visited their parents on weekends, bringing gifts and sharing stories about their latest adventures. Family was everything to Emma and Olivia, and they always prioritized the people who mattered most. Chapter 10: The Future Ahead. As they entered their 30s, Emma and Olivia continued to thrive in their careers. They had already achieved so much, but they knew there was still more to come. They dreamed of expanding their businesses, traveling the world, and maybe even starting families of their own. But no matter where life took them, they knew one thing for sure: they would always have each other. Their bond, forged in childhood and strengthened through the years, was unbreakable. They were more than just sisters. They were best friends, business partners, and soulmates. And so, Emma and Olivia continued to write their story, filled with love, laughter, and endless possibilities. They knew that as long as they had each other, there was nothing they couldn't achieve. Chapter 11: The First Kiss in Tears of Joy. As the years went by, Emma and Olivia experienced their fair share of romances. After the situation with Jack, they were cautious about dating. However, when they met new people, they were open to the idea of love. Emma's first real relationship was with a photographer named Daniel. He was artistic, kind, and shared Emma's passion for creativity. Their first kiss happened after one of Emma's fashion shows. Daniel had captured every moment with his camera, and as the night drew to a close, he walked Emma to her car. Under the soft glow of the streetlights, he leaned in and kissed her gently. Emma's heart raced, and for the first time in a long while, she felt the warmth of true affection. Olivia, on the other hand, met a charming man named Alex, a fellow chef who admired her culinary skills. Their first kiss took place in the kitchen of Olivia's restaurant after they had prepared a special dinner together. It was spontaneous, unexpected, and filled with passion. As their lips met, Olivia felt tears well up in her eyes, overwhelmed by the intense emotion she hadn't known she was capable of feeling. Both sisters shared these moments with each other, staying up late into the night, recounting every detail. They laughed, cried, and marveled at how far they had come since their teenage years. These experiences brought them even closer, as they realized that while love was complicated, it was also incredibly beautiful. Chapter 12: The Great Falling Out. Despite their deep bond, there came a time when Emma and Olivia had a serious falling out. It started with a disagreement over their businesses. Emma was expanding her fashion line and wanted Olivia to provide exclusive meals for her events. Olivia, who was equally busy with her restaurant and a new cookbook she was writing, felt pressured and stressed. The tension built up over weeks, leading to a heated argument. They shouted at each other, saying things they didn't mean. Olivia accused Emma of being selfish, while Emma claimed Olivia didn't care about their partnership anymore. For the first time in years, they stopped talking. The silence between them was deafening, and both felt a deep sadness they couldn't shake. During this time, they realized how much they missed each other. Olivia tried to cook Emma's favorite dishes, but couldn't bring herself to eat them without her sister. Emma struggled to create new designs, feeling uninspired without Olivia's input. Finally, after weeks of silence, Olivia showed up at Emma's door with a plate of homemade cookies, Emma's favorite. With tears in her eyes, she apologized. Emma, equally emotional, embraced her sister tightly. They cried together, their tears washing away the hurt and misunderstandings. They promised never to let anything come between them again. Chapter 13: A Dream House by the Sea. After reconciling, Emma and Olivia decided to fulfill another dream they had shared since childhood: buying a house by the sea. They wanted a place to escape the hustle and bustle of city life, a sanctuary where they could relax and be themselves. They found the perfect spot, a quaint cottage with an ocean view, surrounded by lush gardens and a private beach. The house was everything they had imagined, with large windows that let in plenty of light, a cozy fireplace, and a spacious kitchen where Olivia could cook to her heart's content. Moving in was a joyous occasion. They spent weeks decorating the house together, blending Emma's love for modern design with Olivia's preference for rustic charm. Every room told a story of their journey together. In the evenings, they sat on the porch, sipping tea and watching the sun set over the water. These moments were filled with peace and contentment, reminding them how lucky they were to have each other. Chapter 14: The Struggles of Success. As their careers flourished, Emma and Olivia faced new challenges. Success brought fame, but it also brought pressure. Emma's designs were featured in top fashion magazines and worn by celebrities. Olivia's restaurant became a hotspot, with reservations booked months in advance, and her cookbook became a bestseller. However, the demands of their careers began to take a toll. Emma worked late into the night, struggling to keep up with the fast-paced fashion world. Olivia felt overwhelmed by the pressure of maintaining her restaurant's reputation. They began to feel disconnected. Their once lively conversations became brief and rushed, and they missed the days when they could talk for hours without worrying about deadlines. Realizing the impact their careers were having on their relationship, they decided to reevaluate their priorities. They hired more staff and made a pact to take regular breaks. This life-changing decision allowed them to reconnect with each other and themselves. They began appreciating simple joys again: long walks on the beach, cooking together, and spending time with friends and family. Chapter 15: The Journey to Motherhood. As they entered their 30s, Emma and Olivia began thinking about starting families. The idea of motherhood excited them, but it also brought fears and uncertainties. They worried about balancing careers with raising children and whether they would be good mothers. Emma was the first to become pregnant. She was overjoyed but nervous. Olivia supported her every step of the way, attending doctor's appointments, helping prepare the nursery, and offering comfort. When Emma's son, Ethan, was born, Olivia was the first to hold him. Emma's tears streamed down her face as Olivia looked at her nephew with overwhelming love and pride. A year later, Olivia became pregnant. Her pregnancy was more challenging, but Emma was there for her just as Olivia had been. When Olivia gave birth to a baby girl named Sophie, the family felt complete. Raising their children together brought new challenges and immense joy. Ethan and Sophie grew up more like siblings than cousins. Emma and Olivia loved watching them play together, seeing reflections of their own bond. Chapter 16: Reflections and Legacy. As the years passed and their children grew, Emma and Olivia reflected on their lives. They had built successful careers, loving families, and an unbreakable bond. They often spoke about how proud they were of each other and the life they had created together. They began thinking about their legacy. Emma started a mentorship program for young designers and began writing a book about her fashion journey. Olivia offered cooking classes to underprivileged children and started writing a second cookbook focused on family recipes and stories. In their later years, they remained each other's biggest supporters, confidants, and best friends. Their children grew up, went to college, and started families of their own, but the twins' bond never wavered. Sitting on the porch of their seaside home, watching the waves crash against the shore, they knew they had lived full and meaningful lives. They had faced challenges, love, and loss, but through it all, they had each other. And that, they knew, was the greatest gift of all. The end.